Oh, Shadow Ego, thank you for that. Oh my goodness. You're looking for inspiration to start GMing Burning Wheel? That's... I mean, that's sort of the thing we're doing here. It's going to be quite the journey. So, if you don't know, let me actually see if I can get this to you. Because I have a link that I'm using. I'm currently using a little website that allows me to basically burn characters for Burning Wheel very easily. So I might as well share it so everybody can, if you'd like to use it yourself, it's very helpful and useful. Characters for Burning Wheel very easily. So I might as well share it so everybody can, if you'd like to use it yourself, it's very helpful and useful. Characters for Burning Wheel very easily. So I might as well share it so everybody can. So that's in the chat. If you'd like to. Oh, hi Abby. So today we're gonna try to burn up some characters for the how to say, for the. I know we're doing the campaign. This is sort of my first like Hangout stream, so forgive me if I'm a little like, oh, what do I do? It's really just us trying to figure out what sort of creatures we're going to bring into this setting that we've sort of concocted. So, Shadow Ego, the thing about starting GMing for Burning Wheel is you just really need to know the first 70 pages or so, and then you can jump right into character burning. And the way I brought it into my players, Abigator being one of them, is that we sort of just started talking about what sort of game we wanted to play. And that's really how you really need to approach Burning Wheel, because you can really play Burning Wheel in several fashions. Number one is you could include a lot of the magic systems, which none of our players did. As far as we know, they may not ever use magic in this campaign. I went ahead and like wrote out the entire fucking rules for art magic, which is in here, in the codex, and none of my characters decided to jump into that. So I just have it hanging around. I don't know if I'll use it, but yeah, that Abigator's correct. We are running a tavern.
You guys are my
best friends. Thank you, Grinny, for that host. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, so, Shadow Ego, you really just need to ask your players what they want to do, because the great thing is, they can do whatever they want in the realm of Burning Wheel. There's no setting for the game, there's only an implied setting as well. So what really they decided to do was they started joking around. And it turned out that they wanted to... They decided, hey, let's go ahead and buy a tavern with our resource points, and then all of our characters will go forth. And now they own a tavern. That's the point of the campaign. The characters are trying to run this tavern in this war-torn and declining world. And I think that really complements Burning Wheel. So what I'm really trying to do tonight is burn up some characters to live in this setting. None of them are going to be very important, not yet, I think, because we don't know exactly what is happening in the game. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to burn some people that they're present in the world, and they might make a stop at the tavern, because I know, right? I'm super excited to play. The world is basically torn between human kingdoms that have been on the warpath recently and conquering a lot of stuff, and then the non-humans, who have such a, how to say, they're on the decline. That's really about all it. Magic is leaving the world, we think, and humans are able to reproduce more quicker, so their armies are bigger usually. There's a lot of industry going on in the human kingdoms currently, and it's just a bad time. And they also have to deal with some sort of mysterious bad guy, who was originally the orcs, but we decided we wanted to do something else. I kind of pushed for that, because Burning Wheel is very Tolkien cooked. It has a lot of things in the book that is just, you could run Lord of the Rings on this, I'm sorry. And I both like and hate that, because it is very, like, poignant. It's, Luke Crane knew what he was doing. And looking for a group is one of the hardest things, because Burning Wheel is actually a difficult game to run. It's also a difficult sell, so I commend you for learning how to game master this system. It's fantastic. And I hope you're brave enough to bring your whichever group you find, which I hope you do have one soon. I do have some players in my Discord who actually are really desperate to play this game ever since I did a show about it. That's up to you if you want to try to pitch your game over to them, because unfortunately I'm only one game master and I can't run as much stuff as I would hope to. But no, I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're learning Burning Wheel. I think it's an important game. Ask me any questions you have about the system, because I know quite a bit about it. But I also like using my Storycraft stuff for this. So let's go ahead and burn a character. We know they're going to be a man, because what I want to do is I want to start making some adventuring parties. Because we know that the magical forest that exists beyond the tavern. The tavern is just this like little building. It's not little, actually. It's a hotel basically. It exists on the like the rim of the magical forest and mountains where a lot of the non-humans live, and the human kingdoms that lie to the east. This is, I think, going to be pretty great, because that means there's so much more to plunder in the magical kingdom, and I might tell you why as I continue to burn up some characters. Oh, that's an easy fix if you haven't game mastered a whole lot. And it's good that you had Mouse Guard experience, because Mouse Guard is the best role-playing game ever. It's also one of the best systems to introduce new players and new GMs into the fold. So I commend you for having an exquisite choice in your role-playing game shelf. For Burning Wheel, just take it slow, honestly. And if you actually do feel like you need more on the GM mastery, I honestly advise you to watch some Matthew Colville videos on YouTube. He primarily covers Dungeons and Dragons, but I think his advice is universal. I think it's very handy. If you can stand the way he looks at you. I can't see. Unfortunately, my face is very thin, so I can't really do Matthew. No, stop that! I have a roommate who really does a good Colville stare, among other things, and it's very chilly in the way he does it. Anyways, the lore actually isn't that much of a problem, sir, or madam, because guess what? I started character creation with my players. I didn't know anything about the world. I only knew what kind of game I kind of wanted to run. I knew it wasn't a quest. I knew it wasn't going to be very intrigue heavy, but the Burning Wheel game, as I described it to my characters, lended itself well to change and conflict. So I really wanted to have the characters be down to earth mostly. I also feel like they sort of are aware of the changes that are happening in the world, and I just sort of like, how are you going to respond to the way the world is going? And yeah, Mouse Guard is... Wait, you do a Mouse Guard West? Oh wait. Okay, good. West March is a really good style for Mouse Guard, in my opinion. I do one on my channel. I guess the only other thing about game mastery and Burning Wheel is that rely on your players. Burning Wheel is a very player-driven game. That is it. That is it. You just need to rely on your players to have goals and to know what they want out of their characters. Beliefs are a really good way to get that, but also through character creation, one of my players took a road in life path that was literally just, I want to make sure he knows how to make mead. So he took all the Gatherer, he took Mead Maker, and he has barely anything else than running a tavern. So that's actually very, like, I was not prepared for my players to be like, we'd like to run a tavern, that sounds like a good time. So, yeah, I'm a little befuddled, but I'm willing to go down this road with them. I hope everyone is enjoying the music, and I hope it isn't too loud. Starship Amazing is a wonderful game, a wonderful band. So here we have Chard. We're going to just get a random name. Okay, I guess this guy's name is Yahoo. Alright. Let's see. 10 players! That's great! That's wonderful. Good job. I'm very proud of you. MouseGuard works very well with in and out players with its mission structure. So I commend you, and I'm very proud someone else is doing that, because the way we do it on my channel is we have a few more players. Most of them come in and out. They play like maybe once or twice. And then we have a few others that are, they stick around mainly for the town that they're in and the story that is unveiling there. So I'm very excited for you, and I wish you the best. For Burning Wheel, though, I really know I want an adventuring party to start with. So I'm going to make some NPCs. This one's name is Yehu. And I'm going to have him actually come from a villager setting. So he's going to be village-born. And the reason I do this is because I kind of want a character that is going to be young. So he's going to be young. And I want him to sort of be the uppity boy with a sword. That's essentially what I want him to be. The kid with a sword. Following a group of other kids with a sword. With maybe like one really, one veteran. Because I think I want to make a guy who's a veteran of the Elven War between humans and elves. Which humans won very, very quickly. So here's what I think. You can see right here I've got all sorts of things. I could go kid. What do you get when you take kid? Trouble-wise, throwing, a bad egg. That sounds great. So this is one of the great things about the Village-born, is that they have such fun life paths to start with. So Village-born and kid, I will crush the child with sword. Abigator, your troll mom, do you care about other children at all? How rude. How rude you are. No, only her own troll son. Yeah, Abigator, let me tell you about the characters that we have. We have the Rodent Bartender, the Dwarven Ex-Adventurer Cook, and we also have the Elf Waitress slash Hunter. And we also have a Troll Broodmother who is unwed with a single son. And he's 12 years old. But back to this guy. I feel like Yehu would probably, after going kid, would... Oh, I could go idiot. What is a hosteler? Oh, he's someone who runs a hostel, I guess? Yeah. That looks like what it's in. Oh, man. So, he's 14 right now. What do I want him to do? Let's see. I definitely want Village Guard at some point. That sounds really good. But I think what he would start doing is... I feel like laborer. I feel like he probably got his built fences or did ditches, I guess. I guess we'll have him do that. Balance is not a thing in Burning Wheel. Yo, balance, that's a... Yeah, because I really can't say much on that, because there's just some things in Burning Wheel that... Okay, so here's the thing, Shadow Ego. I can't kill Abigator's character. I have to try very hard in order to kill her, because she took a trait that literally says she survives any recovery test. Yeah, so the only way I can kill her is by fire, or if I literally, like, get a ballista and shoot her with it at point-blank range. That's it. Trolls are no joke. She's that massive. So, that's... yeah. But with humans, it really depends on what you do with humans, because humans have access to magic. In my campaign, humans are one of the only people in the world who can use magic. Elves can, but they're in the decline, as I said. Dwarves can sort of use magic. They can only use it to enchant it. And humans do have the faith mechanic, but that really depends on if you want faith to be a part of the game. My campaign, we never brought up faith. I don't know what kind of church or gods exist in this world. We never really brought it up, so I don't think it's going to come up very often. But faith is a very powerful mechanic. And no, I kind of like Luke Crane interviews sometimes because it just sort of shows how he always knows what he wants out of a game, and he always knows what he wants out of a mechanic. And yeah, the things in Burning Wheel are sometimes hilarious and terrifying at the same time. But I think the options are so immense and varied that you sort of don't notice that the balance is really out of whack. I think that's sort of how it balances itself out, is because there are so many different ways you can play this game that it just simply it peters out. I believe. So you don't notice it too much unless you have 6 fighter. Let's see. So yeah, we only need to get your hatred high enough. Yeah, if only Abigator's troll had hatred. So I have him down as laborer. I think that's good. Now I need him to be something else. So I think here's what I think. I think Yehu was a village born. Then he was just a kid for 4 years, and then he started doing laborer until he was 18. And then when he was 18, I feel like his village got razed by bandits or something. So he had to become a pilgrim with his family to move further west, because that's where the new land is. So I think he's going to go pilgrim for 2 years. And from there, he's going to go to village guard. And that way, he's going to learn a weapon. So let's just go ahead and give him just a regular sword. Okay. And there we have it. We have a Yehu. All set. Why? Wait. Yeah. No. Not troll. The orcs sort of exist. I don't know if they are really orcs, because I really don't want to use orcs as like the base. I kind of just want to make them more mysterious and strange. But yeah, Abigator's troll is does not have hatred. She was in the orc army at some point. She took a life path in the pit setting. And yeah, trolls are actually in the codex, along with the Rodan. So if you don't have this, you might not know some of the things I'm referencing. This book is beautiful, by the way. Like, oh my god. So, you like bridges and your only son? Of course you do, Abby. And yeah, I think common traits should have more standing, but... See, this is why I don't like humans in role-playing games, because then they get like, oh, they don't get the special stuff. They're innovative or something like that. That's really the only answer I have to humans in RPGs. Like, you can only like say so much about them before you start like being really callous about how different they are from non-humans. Like, if you think about it, there's really no difference, because the only thing you can really change about humanity and the species is their culture. And I think humanity has a vibrant culture, and I don't see any reason why non-humans should have it as well. Oh yeah, your Rodan are pretty fantastic. I agree. And no, nobody has, except for the elf who has grief and the dwarf with greed. The other 2 players don't have emotional attributes. That's not to say they might not gain it at some point, but we'll have to find out. Let's go ahead and distribute these points. Let's do perception at 4, power 5. That makes sense. Speed 6. I want him to be on the lower side, so he'll be a hardy young lad. And let's give him some good power. And health. This is my favorite part. I don't know if he lives in squalor and filth. Probably not. I don't think he was wounded. Not tortured and enslaved. Athletic. Sure, he marches all day. And all humans come from the sound of music. I am of the opinion that I want that to be the human kingdoms. I want the human kingdoms to be prosperous and completely oblivious to the trials and tribulations of the non-humans. Emotions for the week. Babby, please. Anyways, his steel. I don't think his steel is going to be as good. He's never been severely wounded. I don't think he's even killed before, so I think that's a good place to keep it at. Yeah, I think this guy has been sheltered, because he comes from a village, and he's only known the farm life. His pilgrim days were sort of not very intense, so I think that's really about it. Yeah, I think Steel 2 works for this guy. So he gets killed with Mortal Wound 11. Let's do some skills. I'm going to give him Brawling. That's definitely something I'll give him. Doctrine, I don't know. I don't think so. Guard-wise, I definitely think that's great. Latrine-wise, yeah, I think he's dug some. Relic-wise, because he's certainly been in the know with some of the fun stuff that's beyond. Village-wise, how many trait points do I have? I have 3 left, so let's go ahead and buff up Intimidation, Brawling, and Sword. And then we have General trait points. Let's see. What would be a good Animal Husbandry? Let's open that up. Okay. And then, what else would be good for this guy? Daily bread-wise, he definitely is aware of, like, you know, I should get paid this much. The hills are alive. Grinny, they are. The stream goes well, Grinny. We're just sort of hanging out, chatting about the logistics of Burning Wheel. Tooting my own horns a few. We're also just making NPCs, really. Do not make me start singing, Grinny. Please don't. Let's see. Yeah, Shadow Ego. Getting hatred up that high is the struggle, though. That is truly. It is drunkard wise. I really want that, but I think he's gonna go right in. I think we're gonna make sure he can ride a horse. That's probably useful. Because again, I am sort of like making these characters to be adventurers. Like, these are an adventuring party. So I have all my general points spent. Let's go ahead and good for nothing. Yeah, definitely. This guy's good for nothing. Starved, broken. I'd say hardened. I don't think his trip as a pilgrim was very kind to him, so I feel like he's a little unsympathetic. He's not very empathetic either. So, yeah, the hardened. What trait does that do? I'm gonna reference this. Yeah, I'm building an adventuring party right now. This is gonna be fun. Or at least in this world. They're, we'll see if they come back with anything when they visit the tavern. Yeah, right now I'm just like making characters that I think would be fun to show up from time to time at the tavern. Round up when factoring health. That's gonna be, what's his health right now? His health is 6. Okay, that's still good. Let's see. Second thing. Yes, I love the damage mechanics in this. It's so different from D&D, and I really appreciate that. And it also is like you have guaranteed bad stuff to happen. And that means every fight, everyone is dangerous. That's the one thing I love about Burning Wheel, is that everything is dangerous. If a thief has a little dagger, that is terrifying. That is terrifying. A little street urchin with this dirty blade sort of holding you in an alley at knife point. That is scary. That is not okay. That is terrifying. I love that. And recovery is also... The only problem with recovery when you take wounds like that is it takes a while, and that does sort of like make things a whole lot more difficult for players, but again, I feel like it just makes them try harder to get what they want. Let's see. I keep forgetting what happens if you get 3 of the same. I have to read that over again because I never had combat ever go that long. People usually gave up once they got the first wound and were like, oh, this stacks? And it was amazing. So I really like the fixed damage. I like that every weapon is dangerous and that anyone who has a weapon is dangerous. I do have 2 more trait points, but I don't think I need more character traits. So let's see what I can give him. So I definitely want to give him something fun. Ooh, dexterity of the cat. He doesn't have good speed though, so I don't think I'll do that. He has one of those faces. I definitely feel like that's a good one. Familiar face, because I kind of want this guy to just be like, you sort of have seen this kind of character before. He's got a lot on his shoulders, but it's nothing compared to what he's about to jump into, which are some elven ruins where he will loot and scavenge. Familiar face. Of course he's my friend. I have seen him around here dozens of times. Familiar face is a call-on for circles tests. That's really funny. So I feel like on his pilgrim trips, I feel like he sort of has that demeanor where he can sort of try to turn anyone he wants into a friend just by intimidating them, I guess, or imagining, oh, I saw you on the road. You don't come out here to the west very often, do you? So yeah, I think that's good. Let's see. And yeah, Abby, I've never seen you really play a character who is all like, I'm gonna murder them. So I'm actually looking forward to what you do in this game. And then ironically, I say you don't play murder characters, and then you play a troll that I cannot kill and can rip a man's head off. I'm kind of scared of you, Abby. What have you become? I feel like the 3 types of damage is... I don't think it makes combat stale because usually if you do a fight or if you do bloody verses, it's dangerous enough to keep it fresh. But I can certainly relate to how you might see that. I actually don't think fights should happen very often in Burning Wheel unless you have that as the focus. Turn into a light rune. Oh, yes. That's how wounds work. That's not good. I'm looking forward to the next bar fight these kids are in. So he definitely has a poor quality sword. Definitely. I'm also going to give him clothes, of course. Shoes. Traveling gear. We're going to have him have a personal effect. I don't know what, but he should definitely have one of those. Let's just have him have some cash. He's got some cash on hand. I think that's okay. I already have that gear, but I want that gear twice. He doesn't have any property because that's really about it. And now I want to give him a relationship. He's going to have a distant aunt. And it's going to be minor. And then I'm going to have him have another relationship that is... What should be... Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him an affiliation. I can't, because it costs 10 points. I'm going to give him a reputation. His reputation is going to be... He's going to be a border man. Or somebody who lives on the rim of the empire, the kingdoms. Edge of the kingdom. He's going to have that as his reputation. So he's going to be known for being this guy that sort of exists on the edge of the kingdoms, looting with his band. And then I'm going to have... I'm going to have an immediate family instead. I'm going to have him have a brother who stayed in the village after he went... So here's what I think of what happened to this character. This character, they were born in the village, and they were staying in the village, and then the village was razed to the ground at some point. I don't know why or how. And then he decided, I'm going to leave and seek my own fortune in the western borders of the kingdoms. And he has a brother who hates him for that, because he wanted to rebuild the village. So that is how I think this relationship works. And it's going to be immediate family, and it's going to be hateful. And yeah. I have one more option for relationship. Let's have... He had a very bad tryst with a lover, because I need to milk that one resource point. He's going to have a hateful, romantic, and forbidden relationship with a dwarf. There we go. There we go. That's good. Alright, so now he's all done. Oh, wait. I made that cost nothing. Oh my god. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop having it be... yeah, there we go. I think it's still gonna be forbidden, but I think it's gonna be a very bad tryst between those two. And the character's done. So what I'm gonna do is create a PDF. Then I'm going to move it into a different folder where I can keep track of it. So I'll cut that. Go to my tabletop. Let's see, Burning Wheel. NPCs. There we go. And that's how we'll do it. So that's one character down. Let's reset. Let me catch up on chat. Yeah, I think every campaign in Burning Wheel can be intriguing. Combat is... I think it's just because Burning Wheel is a game where I feel, though, intrigue is very much the niche. I don't, unless you're playing orcs, which even then, intrigue is pretty amazing. I don't feel as though it becomes the focus. I feel like combat is like a means to an end, but you have to prepare for that. Because plate armor costs what? It costs 25 resource points? I forget. Like the best armor in the game that's going to protect you that armies and knights have, you think, is really expensive. And yeah, I'm interested in what Troll Mom becomes, because I've already burned your son, Abigator. I already have his character sheet. It's awesome. Dwarf drama, yeah. This is going to be awesome. That annoying kid, border shit all the time. Oh man, this is going to be great. No, tell me about the thoughts you have on your intriguing Burning Wheel campaign, because I agree wholeheartedly. I think Burning Wheel makes a very good campaign. So I'm going to have a female veteran of the Elven War, Diara. She is going to be from the peasant setting. So she was born a peasant, and I want her to be a sergeant in an army. That's what I want her to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out how we can do that. So I think she was born at 8 years old. She became a conscript. I'm going right there. Her liege lord went to the village and said, I need all your people. I need all of your people to come and join my army, because I want that land over there. So he conscripted this 8-year-old girl to be sort of like a runner between various places. So I think she's going to be in that setting. But then, as she was a conscript, she was captured and is a captive of war by the enemy army. So for 4 years, she's kept as a captive, and they don't really know who she is. They figure she's just some peasant kid, but they don't really know what to do with her. So she sort of like lives in this war camp that oh yeah, and burning is sort of like the word I use for creating characters, because Burning Wheel is all about that. Yeah, right now we have Malik as your troll son's name, but that's just really the base. We can sort of have whatever. But yeah, I feel like this girl then was a captive of war. What does bondsman do? Oh! She became the bondsman to a sergeant in this enemy army, and yeah, they purchased the owner's skills with 1/4 of that partner's. Yeah, so she became a sergeant's bondsman and sort of worked for him in the army, and now she's gonna be a foot soldier. She joined his army afterwards, and basically only had a cudgel to keep her alive, and then she too became a sergeant with her cudgel in hand. So yeah, I feel like that's how her life turned out. So she's 9, 13, 20. She's 28 years old. That is great. I love that. And then can I do veteran? Should I? Yeah, so this is our character. She's this is I think the head of our adventuring party. She is sort of like the force that keeps it going. She is the delver that sells all the stuff they bring back. You want your son's name to be Ollie? I don't know. Okay. What could happen in Burning Wheel? Or what would? How to make them want something. So that's really one of the troubles of Burning Wheel. Because you cannot guarantee that your players are going to actually play with each other. They might make characters from entirely different backgrounds, and they will diverge. And I've actually watched Adam Kobol's Burning Wheel campaign on Roll20, the current one, and all of the characters barely talk to each other. They're all doing their own thing, and every character gets about like an hour or 30 minutes to have a scene of what they want to do. That's really about it. They aren't entirely connected to each other until certain points in the campaign. You can definitely run a campaign like that, and it's absolutely fun because you're biting your nails for that moment when is the corrupted priest going to talk to the noblewoman vying for the position of queen. I think that's really awesome. So I don't think you should try to unite them unless you have an idea for a campaign that is going to be about that, in which you force them to be together, like you lock them in a room, or you tell them to buy a tavern and have them run the tavern with just 4 people. So all of men. I almost want you to use Ulfi or Ulfineus, but that's a character that I already have, and it's one of my favorite characters. So I don't know if I'm gonna like tell you what that character is, but yeah. It is a little difficult to manage Shadow Ego, but I actually believe it's Saw, the Burning Wheel version. Don't inspire me, Abby. Don't inspire me. Yeah, Burning Wheel can get that difficult and that crazy, but I don't think it's a bad way to run Burning Wheel, but I think it is choose your muffin wisely. Tell me the character. Let me finish up this character, and then I'll tell you about the character, okay? So, Shadow Ego, I'm going to end on this. Don't pressure your players to play your way. What you want to do is learn and ask how they want to play this game. And then you just find out what's important to their characters, and you threaten it. That's literally all you have to do. That's how I run Mouseguard, that's how I run Torchbearer, that's how I run Burning Wheel. That's how I run most of my games. That is... So this character, Ulfineus, Abigator, I'm just going to do this quick after I finish this woman. So I played him briefly in... this D&D campaign that started at level 0. And what happened was... Oh, yeah, let's have her give birth to a child. That's fun. What happened was he was this constructed person. A wizard, basically made him. I forget what the race is called, but they're not changelings. They're something else. They're I forget. But basically, it was sort of like if you took a person and you smacked them together with a dog, but they still look like a human. They just have sort of like these doggish features, like with a little blunt nose with big nostrils and sort of like big ears and really fuzzy. And I played him as very young, Ulfi. Let me type the name in chat so you know what it's like. Ulfi and Ulfineus. He was this very young puppy who was basically bred and trained to hunt dragons. He was supposed to pick up on their scent and lead the wizard to them. And he was on the trail of this one particular dragon, but he never caught it. But he was very intent on finding it and capturing it, or at least like being like, "Aha! I got you!" And that was really it. He wasn't malicious in any way. He just wanted to do his purpose, which was to find a dragon. That was magnificent. Until the dragon realized, I'm being hunted. I gotta hunt them first. So the dragon basically destroyed the tower that the wizard lived in and all of Ulfi's family lived in, who are, again, these animal people. Like, I very wanted it to be like a Dr. Moreau situation. And that's Ulfi. And he wandered around and he wandered into a human town and I was like, I can hunt rats! And so that's all he did. He hunted rats until the campaign started. And he was just this rat catcher that lived in the streets. It was wonderful. I love that character so much and I really want to bring him into a campaign sometime. Hi, Kylo. Welcome. We are burning NPCs. Just a brief description of the campaign. My players decided instead of something epic, they're gonna buy a tavern and run it in this fantasy campaign. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm burning adventurers that are visiting the tavern, and we'll be bringing back loot from the magical forest that is on the border of the human kingdoms. Oh, in the labyrinth setting? Oh, Abby, that would be lovely. Do you think I would do a good David Bowie? Let's finish up our sergeant, who is a veteran that is going to be leading this adventuring party. I feel like this is a good balance of points for her, but I do want her to be not very powerful. I want her to be very agile and very speedy. Battle-wise, definitely got some good brawling. Campaign history, cell-wise, I don't think she was chained up. I don't think they really had to change her up. It was just sort of like, this is really your life. You can go run away, but what are you gonna do after that? Intimidation, shield training. She definitely uses a shield. And tactics. So those are the base. She has 6 more. I feel like she would know brawling a lot more than cudgel. But I feel like cudgel she at least has to be good in. Intimidation, soldiering, definitely soldiering and soldier-wise, definitely those two. So now I need appraisal. I don't know. I'm wondering ambition-wise. Yeah, I feel like in this army, that she sort of was conscripted in, and then was captive of war in. I feel like she would be familiar with people and their desire to backstab and rise higher in the ranks of the army. I think that's definitely something she would learn about and sort of work against for the her bondsman. So let's see. Actually, I'm gonna look up. Oh wait, I chose sergeant, so she's already got that skill. She's all good. Let me see what that says though for bondsman. Let me choose owner's life path. Purchase some skills for 1/4. Okay, that's interesting. What else? Reading. I'm gonna give this character reading, so they know how to read orders. So this is a very important skill. I'm gonna give them 2 in that because honestly, none of my players actually bought read or write as a skill, so I don't know if they can even read or write yet. Running in a tavern is epic? I don't know about that. Shadow Ego, what is escape from the Minotaur? Alligator, you need to stop that right now. You need to stop that. The camera never pans that low. Yay. This is a good character so far. Okay, so what else can we get? Maimed? Dude, I'll have that. I'd love to have them maimed. This is a good trait. What does it say? Let's see. Maimed. This character has been horribly maimed during their career. Choose the nature of this disfigurement and associate it with a physical stat. All tests against this stat are +2 obstacle. If Fort is chosen, the penalty transfers over to health, or the mortal wound is reduced by 1. I think it is Fort. I think she, because she was a captive of war and was sort of going between battlefields, I feel like what happened is that she got really bad case of, my lungs are on fire. Because I feel like she traveled too much with this this warring army as they took over various settlements and burned down elven forests and stuff. And I feel like she probably has this like cough and this wheeze that just won't go away. So I feel like that's what we'll do with her character. I have 6 more trait points. What the fuck? What's the most expensive traits? I need to get rid of these things. Deadly precision? Fuck yeah. I like that. No, I don't want that. Connected? I like connected. I feel like because she's connected, she's going to be having a lot of, especially because she's a veteran, she's going to be, she's going to know who to talk to sell some of the shit that she gets from the elven ruins. Connected. You may add one of the following new settings. Oh, so that's gonna help with circles. So she's gonna have City Dweller as her extra circles. The idea of goblins in the face setting, you know I love crazy minor creatures like that. I totally would love that. You want to be Ludo? Somehow, Granny, I knew you would like to be Ludo. I have 2 more trait points left. I could get a call on for something, but I'm not sure what. Dexterity of the cat, what does that mean? Let's look that up. This trait can be called on when the character is trying to navigate narrow ledges, branches, rope, or walkways. Call on for climbing and speed-related tests. I'm going to take that. So even though she's quite middle-aged and has bad lungs, she is going to remain nimble. Let's go ahead and give her a run-of-the-mill weapon for the cudgel, and if I don't have one of those, then I'll just make it. She's also going to have armor. I'm just going to do reinforced leather. It's going to be run-of-the-mill quality. And shoes, of course. Clothes, traveling gear. What else should she have? A riding pack animal. Yeah, let's do that. She's gonna have 2? Give me 2. Okay, so I'll just, it won't let me do 2, so I'll just add custom. I already have that gear. Second horse! There. There we go. She has an affiliation with the old army. I feel like that's going to be very fun to use. It's going to be large. She became a very powerful force within that army, I feel like. Who needs to read when you can crush your enemies? Abby, you are too excited to play this troll. You're way too excited. Actually, Shadow Ego, I had an idea for running a campaign like that. I kind of wanted to play this. I kind of want to run something where you are the dungeon, and the players are actually trying to build the dungeon to function so they can sort of protect their boss who has been stricken with an illness. And so I feel like if the characters played kobolds and they all had to like make traps and like try to like make the dungeon as deadly as possible before adventurers came to loot it, that I feel like that would be really fun. Everybody bought literate? I mean, you have to imagine, like, how do you play a character who doesn't read? Or doesn't know how? And I actually enjoy medieval campaigns or systems that make you buy that skill, because writing is actually a separate skill from reading. Some of the monks who had transcribed the Bible didn't know how to read it, because their only job was to literally make copies of these little scratchings on the book. I think it's a very good way to reinforce the times that take place in this game, and I really appreciate Burning Wheel doing that. Being a dragon is always capo. I appreciate that. Let's give what is her name? Diara. Let's give her a relationship. It is going to be hateful with her father. No, let's do mother. A hateful mother who... She's from the peasant setting. She never returned to the peasant setting. She has never gone back to her family. And I think it's because they probably made her get conscripted instead of maybe one of her siblings. So what I think is they realized, oh shit, the count is making us conscript all of our boys, or something like that. So what I think happened was they dressed her up as a boy so that they could keep her brother working on the farm, because they knew that she, like, they needed the brother to sort of run the farm. So I feel like they tried to cheat their way out of it, and she never forgave them, and the mother was the one who set that all up. So I feel like that's going to be a fun relationship if it ever comes up. I get 2 more. Let's have the brother too. Yeah. I feel like the brother can totally be on this too. But it's not going to be hateful. It's not going to be hateful. It's going to be forbidden though, because I feel like he is going to be... They're still going to be trying to connect, because she and he are probably like still connected somehow, but I don't think they would... They hate their parents. They both hate their parents for what they did, but I feel as though they, what is it? I feel like they would forgive each other for it. They both know they were just forced to do what their mother wanted them to. So I think they connected somewhere down the line, and they just can't see each other because, you know, he needs to keep to himself. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. Let me get my sheets going. So yeah, Diara. She's going to be one of the adventurers. Let's get a third one. I feel like I want to do 4 characters tonight before I call it. So let's go ahead and think about what we want next. I got requests to make Ishman and Brahms after I announced that I was doing this, if you say so, but I don't think you want me to. Burning Wheel is very tragic and mean. That's what I'll say. So when I announced I was doing the stream, some friends of mine, Ishman and Brahms, said, "Oh, make us in your game as NPCs." I think I will, but not as these characters. These characters are, these are not going to be fun characters for the adventuring party. I think I would rather have them be some other character. I'm being kind of mean with these people. These people raid fucking, what is it? They fucking raid, like, corpses and battlefields and elven cities. So I really think we'll just get another adventure guy in here. Yusuf! That's good. I love that. Let's have a city guy. Let's have somebody who's from the city. So he comes from the city, and let's actually have him be who? What can we have him be? A street thug. Yeah, I love that. 12 years old, going on 15, becomes a street thug in a street gang. I love that. Oh, thank you, Abby. I always try to make... Burning Wheel is also one of those games that instantly makes interesting characters. Burning Wheel, when you switch to a different life path or when you lead to a different setting, something happens to that character that changes their life incredibly. So I really feel like I love burning characters in Burning Wheel because they just instantly have an interesting backstory when I do things like this. He is then a seamstress. Born city-born, goes into street thug, spends the next 5 years as a seamstress. So here's what I think happened. I feel like he sort of joined a gang, and his parents sort of realized this and conscripted him in a different manner. They made him live with his grandmother and help her run the knitting shop that she runs. Yeah. And that is what he had to do. And he had no time to be with his fellow thugs. What I think happened after that... What's a Ganymede? What is that? Let me actually look it up. That doesn't make any sense. I'll just look at see what the skills are. Maybe that'll tell me. Rationalize and specialize. It's a cat. Oh my god. He's gay. He's gay. He becomes a fucking fashion designer. What the fuck is this character? Why? Because the first trait that he gets is catamite, which is a slur against gay people in that time of age. What the fuck have I done? Why? This is why I love Burning Wheel. You just do random shit, and all of a sudden you have like a wild character. Well done, Burning Wheel. What the fuck? So yeah, he becomes RuPaul. I guess. And then we need him to be an outcast, because remember, we need him to be a dirty adventurer. So, what shall we do? Let's have him be... He gets into the dark shit. He becomes a blackmailer in the fashion industry in the city. And he starts extorting bitches, and then something terrible happens. He becomes... he has to run from the city, and he has to go to outcast setting because his all that shit caught up to him. So I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna be, what is it? What is it? A pirate? Poacher? He's gonna be a smuggler. He's gonna be the guy who starts smuggling things in and out of the city. And then he'll become a vagrant at the last one, because now that he's smuggled stuff in and out of the city, he has to leave the city after all those people he blackmailed catch up to him. This is the moment when gay, you have to pay to be gay. I love the Catamite traits. I love all of that. I don't understand how this happened. How old is he? 15, 20, 25, 32, 35. So he's 35 years old, and he's gonna have a impressive will. He's gonna have, I feel like he's gonna be slow, but he's gonna have massive power. I don't feel he's frail or sickly. He's not been wounded or tortured. He's not athletic. He does live in a nice and clean place, because all humans in this world will live in the sound of music. He's lived a sheltered life, I feel like. Well, yeah, because he never got into the violence part until now. I feel like he never got into the violence part until right now. So he has Steel 2. Not good. Let's see. Bribe-wise, clothing-wise, definitely. Conspicuous, definitely. Embroidery, he definitely got into the higher art of that stuff. He's gonna have a good extortion. He has fashion-wise, forgery, hostile-wise. I feel like hostile-wise, just because he had to keep stuff away. Soothing platitudes, definitely. Streetwise and Ugly Truth are my definite favorites. I have 12 more points? Holy shit. Let's buff that Ugly Truth. Let's buff that Soothing Platitudes. Then let's increase Hostile-wise. And Sewing as well. And then we'll just do Fashion-wise once more, just to make sure he is accustomed to it. He probably will get into the sorcery. Fashion sorcery? You know what? I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to get him the gifted trait. So let's see. I have 6 points. I can definitely get the gifted trait. Yeah, let's get some art magic, yo. Gifted. Yeah, he's got it. And he is a sharp dresser. There we go. Let's go ahead and buy some finery, because he does not wear that gross shit. He has some shoes. And let's go ahead and give him a riding mount as well. Oh my god, he has 70 resource points. That's ridiculous. He's gonna have some Gambeson armor of superior quality. Oh yes. He's gonna have some cash dice, because you never know. You never leave home without it. More cash. Even more cash, because I really don't want to buy this guy anything. He's gonna have a very good influence with the fashion industry in the human capital. And I have 4 resource points left. Let's get a relationship. Let's have it be a rival. Oh yeah, we need his grandmother. So yeah, we'll have his grandma. Still be alive. Just barely. And we'll let it be... Yeah. Let it be that. She runs the fashion industry, and she is very mad at him for doing that. And then we're gonna have him be his old thug boss. This is gonna be another relationship. It is forbidden. He should not know this guy. It's also hateful because he gave him up. So there we go. We have all our things done. Let's create the character PDF and put it into the right folder. This is fun. I love this. Thank you guys for sticking around and watch me burn these ridiculous characters. Alright. Yusuf. There we go. And we have one more character to build. Oh, well dressed up like Michael Jackson. You know it. Oh, I never gave him the dance skill. Oh, I don't think I fit. I never used his his general skill points. Let's That's okay. That's okay. It's fine. I think it's fine. Let's see. I guess we'll start with Yeah, let's start with our next character. What do we want this character to be? Let's have them be... Nah, I still want to keep it human. Pritch. Alright, his name is Pritch. His grandmother is against him being gay. So she wants to stop him? Maybe. Maybe that's the case. I don't know if it is, but we'll have to find out if we ever do explore that part of his backstory. These guys might not, you know, come back. We don't know. Because they literally might just be add manually through Adobe. Yeah, I could probably just type it in, or because I'm going to be transferring these over to Roll20, so honestly, it's not a big sacrifice. So yeah, I'll probably like just do that. Let's go ahead and get our next character going. Pritch. Servitude. Born slave. Born slave with a physical penalty. So, what are they doing? Servant. Like Miss Veteran, he is going to be a servant to a character. I feel like it's going to be in the same army. I feel like this character is going to have a relationship with the veteran, and I think what happened is he became the bondsman of the same sergeant. But I think he probably murdered him after years of hating working for these people that clearly did not have any care in his wants. And then he became a peasant as a lazy stayabout. So yeah. So once he's a peasant, I feel like that would make him a trapper. Oh no, maybe a peasant pilgrim. See, this is where they all connect. So he was born slave into the army. He became a servant to the sergeant, and then he became a bondsman to the sergeant along with the veteran woman. Oh my god, that is the best quest ever. I approve of this. Yeah, I'm gonna do something with this now, Shadow Ego. Thank you. So then he killed the sergeant and escaped. And then he became a lazy stayabout in some random village. And then he... Okay, maybe not peasant pilgrim. What I think is he went to the same peasant village that our first adventurer was at. And then he just became sort of like a lazy stayabout. I feel like he became a trapper. So yeah, I feel like... Actually, no. I want it to be a woodcutter, because I feel like that for this character is going to be... I feel like it's going to be... This character cuts the elven wood. And if you don't know, the reason the elves are on decline, we decided, was because... when they reach grief 10, they are done with the world and they decide to embrace the earth. And they stop moving, they root themselves into the ground, and they become trees. Humans chop these trees down and make wands and staffs out of it to become a conduit for magic. And that's sort of why humans are able to win these wars so violently. I'm really loving this this grandma character. I'm gonna have to burn her up. Yeah, let's burn up the grandma. Let's burn up the grandma after we do this character, and then we'll have her be a major component in this campaign. I feel like that's a good thing. Okay, so we have to decide if the grandma is actually super nice and proud of him, but he thinks she's really mad at him. Or she disapproves, and that she's just keeping up appearances. We'll have to see once we get to her character, but I'm gonna finish this character. What's his name? Pritch. So Pritch becomes a woodcutter, and then he joins these this group. But as what? Desperate Killer. Do you know why I chose Desperate Killer? Because he saw Sergeant Lady. And if Sergeant Lady recognizes him, she's going to turn him in for killing the sergeant that they were both bondsmen to. But she doesn't recognize him just yet. But he knows he has to do something in order to make sure she doesn't catch on to him. So that's going to be his last life path. He is 17, 24, 31. He's actually pretty old. Yeah. So what I think I'll do is I'll remove Woodcutter. I'll remove all of those, because what I really do want, I want Desperate Killer. So I think he's too old. 17. Yeah, maybe this works out. I forget how many life paths she had. Let me double check. She is 38. Okay, so 38. I'm trying to do math in my head so this doesn't work out weird. I think this is good. Let's go ahead and distribute those. He does not live in Scholarfilk. He is sickly. He has been tortured and enslaved. He is this. He is not athletic. That's a bad health. Jeez. Tortured, enslaved. Definitely murdered more than once. And he has been severely wounded at one point. There we go. He's not the fastest, but he is one of those. Okay. We're all set. Assassination-wise, definitely. The axe. That's always a good thing to. Soothing platitudes. Yeah, here's what I think is gonna happen. He's gonna have soothing platitudes. He's gonna have an axe. He's only good for like 2 things, and that's those things: axe and soothing platitudes. That's it. He has 5 traits. Charming. He's going to be charming, charismatic, and then he's going to be murderous. Yeah. He's going to have a superior axe, because that's all he wants. And then he's going to have a relationship. With a former slave, cousin, which is forbidden. Cousin, who is a slave as well. There we go. Pritch is done. Let's burn him up. Okay. Tabletop. Bring a wheel. NPC sheets. There we go. Alright. This is going well. This is a productive night. Yeah, he's axe crazy. Oh my god, this is wonderful. Why are you guys trying to get Granny the cane skill? What the heck? Let's do this, Grandma. Let's do it. Reset character. I kind of just want to do this for streams. This is great. What's her name? Fitza. Alright, well, she's not noble, but she is city-born. And, where did she start out? I'd say she starts out as an apprentice artisan with, no, I don't know. An apprentice to what? Mending? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then we want a seamstress. And then we want seamstress again, because she needs to be old, remember? We need to give her a lot of age. No, we don't want nobility, because again, this is, these are characters who are sort of like, they come from a gritty place. But she's going to be the least gritty of them. So I think she'll be seamstress 3 times. And then she's going to become something else. She's going to become a confidence man, which is, she is going to start blackmailing, I think. Well, not blackmailing. Confidence man. What is that again?
Con man.
A con man. She's a con artist!
Yes.
Grandma's a con artist! And then she becomes even worse. A conner. Wait, no, that's wrong. That is not the same occupation. Criminal. Let's do criminal. And then, what is this? Ooh, that's interesting. A dilettante. How old is she right now? So she's 19, 24, 29, 34, 38, 43. She's 43 currently. Cook? No, well, this cannot be every grandma wrapped into one. She gets married. She gets married at 48. Officially married. She has had... Okay, wait. Maybe I need to restructure these. So let's say after this seamstress, she becomes a city wife. Then she takes seamstress back up. Oh dang, I don't know if I can take it again. Where is it? There it is. She takes that again, takes it one more time, and then she becomes the confidence man. And then where does she go from there? Criminal. She runs the corrupt fashion industry. What else? Street thug! No. I feel like she becomes something like a socialite, but how do I do that? Coin clipper? Oh man, she poisons the cookies? What the fuck, guys? What is Coal Man? No, let's not do that. Where can I put her? Where does Confidence Man take her? Outcast? Maybe I should go Outcast. What can I do there? Poisoner. She could become a poisoner. Occultist? I don't know. No. I don't know, I'm not feeling where she can go here. Journeyman. Yeah, I feel like at that point she starts making a name for herself. She's what, 48? Now she's in her late age, and women are starting to push forward on certain things. So she's able to grow her business until she becomes a moneylender. Okay, wait, how old is she now? Stats, attributes, life path points. She has so much resources, guys. So 12, 19, 24, 30, 40, 45, 49, 55, 63. We'll stop it there. She's definitely not the healthiest woman, but those fingers are, those fingers can move. There. Let's see. She's not frail and sickly. There we go. Health 4, that's good. She's not been severely wounded. No. Lived a life free of violence and pain, totally. Given birth to a child, yes. I don't think she does sports or debate, so I think that's okay. Now we have to do her skills. She has 30 skills left over. We're gonna have her be really good at child rearing, really good at clothing-wise. Not disguise, embroidery, definitely bump that up to 7. Falsehood, I mean in this business you gotta. Haggler, definitely. Fashion-wise, haggling, inconspicuous, mending, persuasion. I'm certain she has good persuader. Sewing is that.
You guys are my best
friends. Navigator, it's about time. I love you. She can write, definitely. She can read, definitely. What else can she get? Alright, I have 3 more general points. I honestly don't think she needs any more skills other than these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff the falsehood 1 more. And I'm going to increase fashion-wise by 1 more. Actually, 2 more. So she's going to be a big force to reckon with. Let's see. Poker face, definitely. She definitely has that poker face. Geometric? Sure. She has 3 more points to go. What should I give her? Darling of the Court? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so Darling of the Court, let's read it. Let's read what it says. Oh dear. This character is beloved at court. Increase any reputation by 1. I love that. Okay, so she's gonna have a reputation. It is going to be national. The snappiest of grandmas. So yeah. That's great.
You guys are my best friends.
Danton, thank you. Aw, thanks. That's so sweet. It's good to see you, Danton. How are you? We're baking a grandma. Let's see. I got the reputation. And now I need an affiliation. She has a large, expansive power over the fashion guild. I guess we'll call them that. And then we're gonna have her have some property. She's gonna have a workshop for all of her sewing needs. She's gonna have a property. Let's say it is a small estate, a big manor. Uh-oh, I don't have enough resource points, fuck. Let's go say also a moderate-sized business. There's 5 more. She lives... a small cottage. She also has a little getaway place. I love that. And then we'll do one at reputation. I mean, a relationship with her nephew. Now, this relationship is going to be minor because they don't talk anymore, but that is Fitza, who is the grandma head of all that lovely, lovely crime and injustice in that city. So there we go. There's another character down. Oh, your work was work? That's okay. I could feel that. I got work tomorrow, and I'm gonna be beat after it. Oh man, what a set of characters. My God. Ah. Do 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 do. Burp 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 burp. I don't know. How are you guys doing for the rest of this? Oop, whoopsie. There we go. Because I am kind of hungry. I'm kind of ready to go make some food. So I'm not sure if we need any more characters at this point. Okay. Yeah, I might just go ahead and call it. Because I'm hungry. We made 5 characters. And I'm more than pleased with the progress made. I'm really looking forward to our campaign. And well, I also want to thank Shadow Ego for dropping in. I really appreciate it, dude. I loved having the conversations with you because it's good to know Burning Wheel has more people out there who are willing to play it. If you need players, my Discord is full of people. I'm dead serious. They would love it. I'll just drop that in case you ever do want to drop by. Thank you for the follow. Dan10, thank you for dropping in. I'm sorry I had to quit a little early. I don't know, I might try to play some Throne of Lies later, so maybe stick around and wait for an announcement to see if I can stream that for you. But I don't really have anything else to say. This has been fun. I should really do more Hangout streams. Abigator, thank you so much for all your love and appreciation. And I remember... Oh gosh. I didn't hear from you enough, but... Oh gosh, where are you? Ah, you only said a few things, so... Kalo, if you're still here, you're pretty awesome, okay? That's really all I got, guys. Granny, also, thank you for stopping by. I always appreciate it. Oh, I love you, friend. Thank you, Abby. But, yeah, I'll probably have some little Glee monsters for us to listen to after in other Hangout streams, but I really enjoyed this, so thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time on the forefront, okay? Bye-bye, I guess.